Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mount Pleasant High School. I'm Rick DeRubis alongside Kyle Templin, and we are here for a big matchup tonight. My favorite part of the season, Kyle, are when teams in the same section, the same division, beat up on each other. That is what makes Western Pennsylvania High School so great. Also, backdrops like this. It is a beautiful stadium to call a Friday night game in, and let's just get into it. This means the world, really, to both teams, but Southmoreland's having a season, man.
Yeah, Southmoreland 6-1 overall in Pennsylvania, in AAA overall. They are
only lost to a 4A school.
That's right, only lost to a 4A school. They are 2-0 in AAA contention. Mount Pleasant 4-3 overall, but 1-0 in AAA contention. So both teams coming in here actually with a lot to lose with the playoffs coming up in less than a month. So this is a very, very important, as we're going along in the schedule here, very important for both schools in order to walk away here with the win.
Yeah, it really is. And doing the last couple of Southmoreland games, watching the way that they came back last week, and it was for the first three quarters it was a puncher's chance, and then the last quarter they just exploded with I think 4 touchdowns, maybe 5. It's a little hazy since then from a week ago, but it was just non-stop. And we've got the kick. It is going to sail into the end zone, and that is where we will begin. We've got Mount Pleasant, the Vikings, going to take to the defensive side of the ball, and the Scotties will start out at their own 20.
Yeah, and the story of the Scotties so far this season has been offense, offense, offense. They are excelling in the AAA. For the PIAA and the WPIAL, they are leading in a lot of categories offensively.
I wish you'd have seen the game last week, because that fourth quarter you would not have believed.
I'm sure that I wouldn't. Yeah, I've been trying to follow the stat sheets as we've been going along.
Smith taking the snap. He's going to get out to the far side, and good enough for a first down out of bounds at the 32. You'll have to forgive me a little bit, folks. We are not terribly close to the field here, and my eyes are not as good as they once were. So I'll try to get the numbers the best I can to get through the game, and also listen to the inside public address to see if we can grab some of those. Scotty's at their own 31. Trip receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Smith again looking for somebody. He's going to get that pocket will collapse. He's going to find his way out, and he is going to make a positive out of a negative. He's across the 40-yard line, across the 42, which was the line to gain, and I think to the 43, and the chain gang will move ahead. So there you go. As the play looked like it was busted, could have been a couple of yard loss, turn it into a 12-yard gain and a first down. Yeah. And that's what he does as a freshman. As a freshman,
yeah. 18 passing touchdowns on the season for Smith. High numbers for a freshman quarterback.
Yeah, I think back to when I was 13 or 14. I probably couldn't even have mastered football on Nintendo, let alone in real life. Nintendo, for those of you that don't know, was like our video game system. Pass downfield. It is going to get tipped off the hands of number 8. And we are going to look at our second down. 8 is Ty Warwick. Ty Warwick had a big game last week. So Ty unable to pull that one down. It was a little high by Smith, and actually there was another receiver behind him that almost was in position to pick up that tip, but unable to do so. Second down, 11:07 left to go here in the first quarter. So a beautiful evening here at Mount Pleasant. Smith going to roll out to the near side, and he is going to get brought down from behind, number 71, Carter Strayer.
Smart decision there by Smith, just keeping the ball. All his receivers were covered downfield. Beautiful coverage there by the Vikings, actually. Tight coverage.
And you got to figure, too, like, that shows the maturity level that you've developed through, now 7 games going into the 8th here tonight. he might have slung that one out there in the second game.
Yeah,
Not that they weren't scoring plenty of points.
We've
Not that he was a bad
definitely been
quarterback.
calling enough games that we've seen high school quarterbacks do that.
Yeah, on the run, and Warwick went in. Smith went outside with the throw, so that is going to bring up a 4th down. So a very promising early drive stalls at the 42-yard line, and we'll see our first punt of the game.
Yeah, good, decent play runs there, for the Scotties, but did not really get past midfield there. But good play calls there, and we'll see how the defense.
Yeah, there's the punt
here.
Called for a fair catch at the 20-yard line, and that is where the Vikings will start up on their home field. Speaking of, man, what a beautiful facility. How difficult it is to get in here is a different story. I am parked, for those of you that have been here, I am parked over near the water tower. Well, you come in a different county. I mean, it is not close.
Yeah.
And I got the last actual spot, which is down near the baseball field. So when I came up to the booth, I said openly, like, I'm parked at the baseball field. And somebody was like, you better not be parked on my baseball field. But I think it's not the first time that people have done that. But I got the last spot. Here we go, the first snap for the Vikings. It's going to be a quarterback keep up the middle, and it is going to pick up +8.
Yeah, +8 there, it looks like, for sure. Some defensive stars so far for the Scotties so far this season. Ethan Shawley is averaging 10.5 tackles a game. And sacks-wise, Stanley Chapman, 7.5 so far this season.
Yeah, we've had a couple guys on here that are really balling out this year.
Yeah, just behind him is Jackson Mickens, who is also a freshman.
Yeah,
7 sacks.
Yeah, Jackson Mickens is a nice-looking player, especially at his age. You got a handoff coming around the near side, looking for an opportunity, and he is going to get stuck at the 30.
Nice tackle.
I do think he's going to get credit for the first down. That was a carry by number 2, Jonah Townsend. Colt Chatfield, by the way, is the quarterback for the Vikings, and they do give him a fresh set of downs. 9:20 on the rolling clock, first quarter. Also very impressive, Kyle, is the blow-up Viking that they run through.
Yes,
that's a good Viking.
Very impressive.
Here comes the snap, handoff up the middle, number 12. Working his way through the line, going to pick up +3 until he is brought down by a slew of Scotties. Number 12, Brody Hutter.
Yes, secondary also has some very nice secondary help here, too. Averon Darnell has 4 interceptions on the season, also a freshman.
Yeah.
So definitely some
big one. He definitely had one last week as well.
Also so definitely some future stars here coming up big, in the youth section for the AAA squad here.
Another handoff deep and trying to find a corner, and really cannot find much to pick from. Again, Brody Hunter on the carry, but several Scotties there.
Yeah, that was.
And Darnell going to be the
Roman
one.
Rosselli.
Yeah, Darnell was there too and brought him to the sideline. So looking at a 3rd down, 3 to go.
Third down and 5.
I'm sorry, 3rd down and 5. For as beautiful as this stadium is, and it's gorgeous, I wish it had made the numbers on the scoreboard a little larger at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because it's really bright over there. Trying to go up the middle and gained absolutely nothing, maybe lost a yard or 2. That is the quarterback keeping Chatfield, and he, I think, might also be the punter. Primus in on that stop. Yeah, I think he is the punter.
Chatfield's in punt formation for the Vikings.
There is the punt. Comes up a few steps short. It's going to be fielded at the 35, and immediately driven down is number 24. Mikel Darnell, who generally has the position of taking those punts and doing something with them. Try to make a little something out of nothing there. Just wasn't a whole lot he could have done Nice hang time on the punt, and
Yeah.
that is where the Scotties will take over at the 34-yard line. So they started out their first possession at the 20, 14 better this time. Let's see what they can do. They couldn't get past midfield last time. And we got there was a flag down. All they did was string out. That was Elliot Primus, who I don't know exactly what the call was. My bet is a hold, but Primus really didn't get anywhere. Just kind of ran the 35-yard line side to side, and I think ultimately it's coming back anyway. Holding on the Scotties. Replay a first down.
Flag on the play. Holding penalty on the play.
Another thing they do in high schools these days that we didn't have, and I think is just awesome, is every player, because I see the golf team, soccer, girls soccer, football, cheerleading. I like that they put their pictures up along the fence at games.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's cool. We didn't have that. Our moms had buttons. There's the snap.
Yeah, the buttons.
Yeah, looking downfield at Smith. He's going to air it out. Looking downfield, who can he find? And he comes down.
Caught it.
Yeah, I think that was Darnell that came down with the catch.
Did he stay in bounds?
No, he did not.
It's too bad.
It is too bad because
That was a heck of an effort.
Yeah, it was a nice heave downfield and a very nice catch. Just unfortunately came down in the out of bounds. But boy, again, arm strength on a freshman like that is something to behold, and it only gets better. So they will re-rack them. This is third down, going to go down the middle. Come across, they're going to catch it at the 30, get across to the 35, down to the 36. So still 8 yards short of a first down. And now got third down coming up, 3rd and 8.
On the catch, stop by Verdina.
Yeah, nice spin move there to get himself a few extra yards there in order to get a little bit further than the original line of scrimmage there. So that was nice.
Yeah, I mean, you try to set something like that up. The Vikings weren't fooled, and now you're facing a 3rd and 8. Don't forget there was a first down penalty, so they repeated first down. So a little bit further. Smith going to go downfield looking, and it's going to be intercepted at the 50-yard line. 6 is on his horse across the 40, 35, gets dragged down at the 32-yard line. Interception, Richard Shawley. And that one not necessarily the fault of the quarterback. It was tipped up in the air, dangled there long enough for somebody to snatch it and run, and that is exactly what happened. So, if you weren't going to convert, you were going to have to punt anyway. It's really what did you give up in yardage, and probably the answer is 25, 30 yards on what you would have got off the punt. So, obviously starting this drive inside Scotty field, inside Scotty territory, giving them a short field to work with. Let's see what the Vikings have. They're going to hand off on first down. It's going to go to the far side. Scotty sniffed that one out. And that really doesn't go much anywhere. So that'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that got snuffed out right at the line of scrimmage there. And what you really hope for here is you hope that your defense gives you a good stand, because that was an unfortunate play there by the offense.
Yeah, I mean you're I don't know what their kicking game is like, but you're in golden territory here.
Yeah.
These are 4. This area of the field is 4 downs. Going to hand up the middle, go again back to 45. Stephen Perdina.
Nice,
I believe
nice
is the way
stuff again there.
You say
might
that.
have gotten a yard maybe at the most.
Yeah, so Scotty's not giving up much on the ground. I would think at 3rd down you're probably good, and you don't. Like I said, you do go for it here on 4th and whatever because of where you are in the field, unless you got a guy that has a 45+ yard boot in him. So you don't have to get all 9 of these yards at once. Snap again, looking to throw back, coming to the near side, and it is well overthrown. 87 for Garn is the intended receiver. Ty Warwick in the vicinity, but he didn't really have to do anything because there was nobody coming down with that one. It was sailed. So now you're at 4th down, and keep in mind the quarterback, Chatfield, is also the punter. So they probably have some.
You think they got like a trick?
You would think.
Like in there? Yeah, you would think so. The old Doug Flutie play?
Yeah, but I don't think they had any intention of doing that. They are lined up 4th and 9. Here goes the snap. It was a little low. Nice play to hold it together. He's going to heave it downfield, and it is just... Okay, so you probably hear some questions in the background from the fans. They're right. There probably was a little interference, but it was an uncatchable ball.
Yeah.
I
think that's the key right there. The ball was grossly overthrown.
Yeah. So are they right? Yeah, they're probably right.
Yeah,
but they only counted if it can actually be caught. He wasn't impeded enough that he would have been able to get underneath that throw. So now you'll have the. Really, that was all for naught because didn't the ball start out at the 32?
I believe that it did.
Yeah, so all for naught.
Maybe a yard difference. Yeah.
Now here's the snap. Smith puts in the belly of Darnell. Darnell's going to get across the 40, down across the 45, and put in place at the 47. Nice momentum. I thought for a second there he was going to Randy Moss him and jump over.
I did too, actually. It looked like he was getting ready to, but then he kind of held up a little bit there, probably for the best, to be honest with you.
It also breaks my heart to think that any of the kids on this field did not get to watch Randy Moss play college football because it was something to behold. He played
even in the NFL. It was
well, yeah, for sure. But I mean,
a lot of the tips.
When he got thrown out of Notre Dame and ended up going back to Marshall, what he was doing against teams in the MAC was just seriously difficult. Run up the gut and across over to midfield and down to the 48. And I can't actually see who it was. 22
is Ethan Shawley.
I think it was 22. So Shawley able to do that. Last week, this was really cool. Shawley wore 87, which was his dad's number.
Oh,
and he did it for
that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We had a couple guys wearing different numbers last week, and it was a little confusing at times, but overall a really good vibe and a really great football game up the middle. Smith is going to keep. He's going to come to the near side, and he is going to get down, and I think he may have been horse-collared.
Yeah.
There's laundry down on the field around the 48, so I think maybe somebody grabbed him by the back of the shirt. That is my guess. Let's see. Referees discuss 3:03 on the clock. Call holding. Okay, so replay second down. Looks like they called that at the 48.
So that's the second holding call now in the game for the Scotties.
So now they're going to have the ball at the 42, and line to gain is the 44 of the Vikings. Clock's moving. 2:45.
Second and 15 for the Scotties from their own 42.
Scotty Smith going to roll out, going to try to go to the near side. He's going to get that ball batted back down. Nice effort there, number 71, Carter Strayer.
Yeah, right.
I believe that knocked that ball back into Smith's face. So we find ourselves again at 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. I don't think there's been a 3rd and short yet in this first quarter.
No, that's the one thing. Yeah, that's both defenses very stingy tonight. Very stingy. Yeah, it's been the defensive has been, and honestly, I mean, outside of the interception, neither offense has made it across midfield, on their own merits,
And now we have a timeout called, and that will be a timeout. Scotty Spence, let's take one with him. We'll be back.
You need hot, delicious pizza. You crave cheesy breadsticks. Add an oven-baked hoagie and a fresh salad, and there's a combination you know you just can't resist. Unbeatable pizza, incredible sides, and much more. Fox's Pizza has it all. Get to your local den, and you can too. Since 1982, Carson's Tavern has been serving up exceptional cuisine and unmatched customer service. It's more than just great food. It's a top-notch dining experience featuring award-winning buffets, mouth-watering weekly specials, and much more. So come hungry and get to Carson's Tavern, or let us bring the experience to you with Carson's Catering Service right here in Scottsdale.
We are back here in Mount Pleasant. Beautiful evening for high school football in western Pennsylvania. The fog setting in over the rolling hills, and we got a good one on our hands tonight. A couple of teams that have to win. 3rd and 15. Here go the Scotties downfield looking for an open man. It looked like two guys had actually tried to take it from one another, and it did come down to Ty Warwick. Nice catch by Warwick, taking that ball down to the 30. So that is really our first big chunk play in this game. Scotty's getting the offense looking like it's burning a little bit. They're going to rest that ball at the 26-yard line. Big play, Smith to Warwick.
Nice play there, and big offensive movement there. It's exactly what they needed for the confidence of this offense.
You normally don't have two open wide receivers in the same place, but Warwick and somebody else almost came down with it at the same time. Going to hand up the gut, make a sidestep, and get the ball down to the 17. I believe that was Shawley. 1:50 on the clock.
Yeah, and this is where you're going to start to see confidence breeding confidence. You know, you get a big play like that, and then now you got, a big run like that. You start eating up yardage. Now you're going to see guys starting to feed off of each other. You're going to march right down into the end zone.
2nd down, 1.
2nd down and 1. This is where I'd like to see double wide receivers on the far side. I'd like to see them just go for that quick hit. They're going to hand up the gut, though.
Look at that.
And down to the 6.
Still rolling.
Well, yeah, let's see. Okay, they are. He was accurate. That was Cam. Oh, okay. They're moving it back to the 7. Cam Phillips on the run.
He was still going to march right into the end zone.
So now we got 1st and goal. 2 wide receivers heading to the far side of the field. 1 to the near. Smith's got a sidecar. Shawley with the ball, going to go across the 5, and he is going to get eaten up by several Vikings at the 3.
Ethan Shawley on the carry.
Yeah, stacked up there, but
I'd like to see an end around or something here to the far side.
I think we might see it. I mean,
there's a lot of open space.
I think we might see it. I think they're setting them up for that, to be honest with you. I think they had, 3 power runs right there, and I think we might see a speed play here coming up.
They took Shawley out. He's the he's the biggest of the backs, and they got Warwick in.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a speed play coming up here.
See if we get a man in motion. We do not. Smith going to shuffle.
Oh, shuffle.
Just up the middle. That was, I think it was number 7.
Oh, that guy came out of nowhere.
He did. He was. Whew. Okay, so now you've got the end of the first quarter. That'll do it. And we are knotted at zeros at the end of one. Spence, let's take that timeout. We'll come back with, 3rd down. I'm sorry, 3rd down coming up next as we hit the second quarter here from Mount Pleasant.
Change your future at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in robotics, nursing, cybersecurity, or in any of our 100-plus programs. You can also plan your degree to transfer to more than 40 colleges and universities. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is your perfect fit. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/apply. That's westmoreland.edu/apply. And start your ambitious journey today.
Since 1982, Carson's Tavern has been serving up exceptional cuisine and unmatched customer service. It's more than just great food. It's a top-notch dining experience featuring award-winning buffets, mouth-watering weekly specials, and much more. So come hungry and get to Carson's Tavern, or let us bring the experience to you with Carson's Catering Service right here in Scottsdale.
We are back here in Mount Pleasant, 3rd and goal. It was Mickens that got stood up by several Viking defenders on that second down shuffle. So 3rd and 3, or 3 to pay dirt, however you want to look at it. Run again into the teeth again and down to the 2, I believe, again. I think it might have been the same player. Was that Warwick? I think that was Warwick. Number 8. Or Cam Phillips. I'm sorry, that was Phillips.
By numerous Vikings. Fourth down by a yard and a half.
So you got 4th down and 2 technically, but it's a yard and a half. So what do you think here? You tried some power plays. You think you try to throw a pass here?
Well, I mean, here's the thing about it. You have such a strong kicking game.
Jake
Kaler hit a 50-yard field goal this season. So, and now Southmoreland's going to take that second timeout. We'll just keep it here. I don't know that you don't just kick the field goal, take the points. You're on the road.
I mean, yeah, if this close, I mean, it's a chip shot for him. I get it. You take the 3 points and you move on. But and the way your defense is playing, I mean, why not? But it really looks like they're gonna go for it here.
Well, you can exert some dominance here if you are bold enough. Fortune favors the brave, as they say. So let's see, 4th and 2.
And they are. It looks like they're going to go with the power formation here.
And that is taken, and it looks.
Did he get it?
Okay, the officials say yes. For a second there, they looked at one another.
We got a lot of fans here.
I believe that was Elliot Primus that carried it across.
Boy, that was close from our angle. It was definitely close.
Well, I can tell you neither official wanted to be the first ones that raised their hands.
You could tell. It was.
The near side official was waiting for the far side official.
Yeah.
And then finally, reluctantly, they both did it. So I'm not sure. Kick is down, kick's up.
Yeah.
And the kick is good. 7-0 advantage here at Mount Pleasant. Let's just keep it here since we just took a break. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying it wasn't a touchdown.
It's hard for us to see at this angle, and it was definitely close for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, the officials, they have the best view, than all of us, even here in the stands.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're behind it.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Looking down the line is what the officials do.
It was definitely a close play. They're there, we're not. And they all signaled eventually and said that it was good, and so but yeah, that's a gutsy call for sure. But this early in the game, you make that call, and your
worst case scenario is you make the Vikings go 98 yards. Which, your defense is obviously playing stout, having given up a point in a quarter in 1 minute. So, I wouldn't necessarily hate that. Oh, it looks like they're taking the Viking down, Kyle, and it's collapsing. Kind of makes me sad. Is that ball going to be kicked out of bounds? It is. That is a penalty. So,
Kick is out of bounds.
I do like that Viking. It's
kind
of like the nailer, like in Wheeling.
Oh, that season's coming up too. Hey, since you mentioned it, shout out to our guy DJ Abasella, who is the voice of the Wheeling Nailers. He is actually going to do a game for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
cool.
He's been, I think he's been in Wheeling for 20 years.
Up. I love it.
Yeah, so he got called up to do a game. So congratulations to him. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So what kicking that ball out of bounds gave an instant 15 to the Vikings, and let's see what that does to the Scotties. Vikings Shotgun formation, going to hand off to 87. He is going to try to stretch it out. He's going to get to the 39-yard line. 87 is Jarrett Garn, so he's going to take it to the far side, pick up about half the yardage needed. Primus tackles him out of bounds on the other side.
Yeah, good run there, by the Vikings, and hopefully, as we've been talking about, stingy defenses on both sides. So we hope that the Scotties can stay stingy, with this next set of downs as well.
Let's see, they're going to hand off again. No, there's going to be a home run pass, and just out of the reach of the same recipient as last time, Jared Garn. It was quite the heave by Chatfield, and just could not connect. But he did have a lot of pressure, and it was a really solid throw, just overthrown. When the defense got up in his face, he chucked it with all of his might.
And give credit to Carmen Phillips there, who got right in his face in the backfield. There's a reason why that ball was thrown off, and it was kind of a wounded duck going downfield, is because he got right in his face.
3rd and 4. Let's see what the Vikings come up with. They got a man in motion and a sidecar, going to be a quarterback keep. And Chatfield is going to be, I think, an inch or two short based on where that official is.
Let's see where they mark the boy.
He is short.
Yep, he's short.
He's short. Not quite to midfield. What do? They're going to hurry up and run up on the ball. They might try to hard count and see if they get it for free. Man in motion. Yep, that was the attempt, but I'm pretty sure 71 went first on the offensive line. That's Carter Strayer. Let's see. The officials walk it off. I think the idea was try to draw the Scotties off because you don't want to give them the ball in your territory.
Yeah, let's see what the officials say here.
But in fairness, there were 3 flags.
Yeah, there were, coming from all directions.
False start offense. Yep. So now you got 5.5 yards.
So
you are certainly going to punt. Yeah, went the opposite way. Here comes the punt. It's going to go sky high and bounce at the 30 and actually bounce backwards. It takes a Scotty bounce to the 36-yard line. So good defense there for the Scotties. The Vikings make an error as they were trying to draw the Scotties off sides. Gave back that 5 yards, and then the punt wasn't great, and then the bounce certainly did not go the Vikings' way. So ball at the 37 to start out this drive with 9:30 left to go here in the first half. Let's see what Smith and company come up with. Smith's back, going to get it out to the near side, going to grab it at the 50 or at the 45, across the 45 and down to the 48. That is Elliot Primus, so getting involved in the offense so far. Primus has been a big part of that, and he is going to get the ball up to the 48.
Yeah, Primus averaging
down
107 receiving yards a game.
Yeah, I mean, he's all-purpose. There is no doubt. The kid does a lot of different things for this football team. Smith waiting for the ball, 2 receivers to the near side, and he is going to go up the middle with it and across the 50 and continuing to chug along across the 45 and picking up a first down, hard yards. My gosh. That was Ty Warwick, I believe. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Cameron Phillips. Ooh. 0 and 8 look very similar from here, folks. So,
yes. Yeah, that was definitely some hard yardage there.
Comes snap. Smith going to roll to the near side, look downfield. He is going to go downfield, and it is off the fingertips of number 4, Roman Rosselli. So that one will fall harmlessly to the ground. Rosselli got a hand on it, unable to pull it in. So we'll find ourselves 2nd and 10, 8:22 in the second quarter.
Yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't able to put that quite on target to his receiver. That's a hard throw, though, throwing across the body like that on the run. So
I get you kind of take for granted that he can do it because we've watched him do it.
Yeah.
Smith back again, looking to throw in stride. This time he is going to find a man in stride and pick up another first down. Elliot Primus on the far side of the field going to take that ball down to the 26-yard line. And they are continuing to move the ball forward steadily. And here is what the Vikings can ill afford. Their offense isn't clicking. It's not terrible, but it's not clicking. And going down to this team, 14-0, getting the ball back and not scoring again. I'm not saying that the Scotties are going to score here, but they're certainly going to take more time off this clock. And 14-0, you do not want to get into a track meet with these Scotties. Ball on the ground to the far side. We've got a flag down, and I think that one is in for the touchdown, but it's coming back.
Block in the back, yeah.
Ethan Shawley carried it all the way to the end zone, but I think that might be for naught. Holding offense coming back.
10 yards from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Yeah, a lot of holding calls here on the Scotties in this game, and that's something that they're definitely going to need to address.
Yeah, that's the third one, and that one brought a touchdown off the board.
Yeah.
Might also have been the reason the guy got to the end zone, but nonetheless. Smith again with it, looking to go in. They set up screen pass. They're going to get on the horse around the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. Again, that was Shawley escorted to the turf.
Yeah, good effective screen the way that they set that up there. Good forward blocking. It was about as textbook as you could draw it up there on the board.
Yeah. So now we're at 2nd and 13.
Suchar on the tackle for the Vikings.
Smith back to pass again. He's going for it. Home run shot, far side of the end zone's got a man there. Comes down with it, and it is a touchdown. Scotties. Let's see it. Looks like it was Jackson Mickens. Jackson Mickens, beautiful catch, and the throw was perfect in stride over the back of the defender and right into Mickens' hands. He does a great job keeping his feet in bounds, falling inside the pylon, and putting this team up by 13, and it is blocked. So 13 is how it will stay. Extra point, no good. Spence, let's take a quick timeout, and we will be right back.
Since 1982, Carson's Tavern has been serving up exceptional cuisine and unmatched customer service. It's more than just great food. It's a top-notch dining experience featuring award-winning buffets, mouth-watering weekly specials, and much more. So come hungry and get to Carson's Tavern, or let us bring the experience to you with Carson's Catering Service right here in Scottsdale.
Welcome back. 13-0 advantage for the Scotties. They're going to squib kick it down the field to make sure it stays in bounds. Grabbed at the 25, across the 30, 35, and up to the 39-yard line. That is where the Vikings will begin this possession. So, 6 of one, half does the other. You kick it out of bounds, it's at the 35. And if you squib kick it like that, it gets you another 4 or 5 yards. So we will ball set right at the 40 for this next offensive possession by the Vikings. Unable to get much cooking so far. Let's see what they do on this one. Chatfield, I think they had two people moving at the same time. Nothing called. Going to get across the 40 and across the 45 down to the 46-yard line. Looks like Shawley brought him down there.
Liker on the carry. Riccelli and Warwick.
Roman Rosselli and Warwick actually brought him down.
Gain of 6, 2nd, 4 for the Vikings.
Got a handoff going up the gut and
Nice
coming,
tackle
yeah,
there,
nice,
right out of the line of scrimmage.
nice tackle. I think it was Dawson Wolf, 15, that may have made that tackle, and actually keeps him about a yard and a half shy, two full yards of a first down. It is 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Scotty's staying stingy here.
And the ball is rolls on the ground. I was going to say, somebody, I think, once he's on the ground and defenseless, I don't think it matters. Although
that's
Jackson Mickens came in to
just to touch him,
to touch the quarterback
but
down.
I don't think that's required.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. So you've got now another punting situation, and here is absolute worst case scenario for the Vikings. You're down by 13. You're about to give a cooking offense the ball back. Your last punt actually bounced back at you, so a lot of things need to go right here for the Vikings. They do barely get the ball out. That ball is going to bounce, and it is just going to rumble down to the 30-yard line. So the last time no bounce pro Vike, this time bounce pro Vike, and it'll start at the 31-yard line. 4:49 left to go. You'd love to see a nice, sustained, well-driven, run-fueled drive here, ending some points and getting to the locker room up by at least 16.
Yeah, if I'm the Scotties here, rely heavy on the run, grind down that defense, because the defense for the Vikings have been on the field for a long time.
They have, and that's why I was just about to say, I think on first down I'd go home run ball. If you can get the ball down the field, move a big chunk.
They're tired. Yeah,
they're tired. If not, grind them out on the ground. And it looks like that is going to be the plan up the middle. And I think it's Ty Warwick who's going to pick up a first down. Is that 8 or 0? 0. My bad. That is Cameron Phillips.
He cut through that like butter. Like I said, and that's this defense, honestly, for as much as they've been on the field, they've been stingy as much as they can, but you can't leave a defense out on the field this long and expect them to just keep making plays.
Yeah, and you got a couple guys out there that are certainly playing both ways.
Oh, absolutely.
So
this level of football, you got guys that are playing both ways.
Yeah, I was to say there might have been two guys moving at one time.
Yeah, illegal motion.
Legal procedure on Southmoreland. Practice snap, full start. Offense number 53. That's going to be a 5 yards.
Going to call that on Jimmy Carson.
1st and 15 from their own 43.
Snap back, Smith looking to go downfield, and here is maybe that home run ball they were looking for. Throws into double coverage, looks downfield for, is that 14 Stanley Betters? Is that who it was?
It's tough to see.
It was either 14 or 24, or Michael Darnell. It's just the glare off the field is in the distance with my eyes is just not helping me tonight. But
yeah, that scoreboard right in my eyes is.
Nonetheless, it falls to the turf. So now it is 2nd and 15. And I feel like they're going to spring Primus here eventually. He's on the near side getting double covered. They're going to lure him in. Shawley's going to get the ball across the 40, 45, and down to the 48, 49 yard line. So it's not a first down. They still need an additional 5 yards for that first down. But I think now that you're at midfield and I think you could go for it on fourth down if you get to that point. But you do not want to let this defense off the field right now because they're huffing.
Oh, absolutely.
Some of the big boys on the line right now.
You can see it. Like these guys are hunched over. They're sucking wind. I mean, and I mean, you can't blame them. I mean, their offense hasn't helped them out at all.
Yeah, you got them on the ropes. You're going to have to figure it out. Smith rolling to the far side, looking for somebody open. He is going to find a man wide open and able to break a tackle and get across the 40 down to the 35. Going to spring off somebody at the 35, down to 30, and down across the 25 to the 23-yard line. My goodness, Mikel Darnell just made him pay.
Wow.
They could not bring him down, so that does a few things there. As soon as the ball's set, the clock will continue with 3:09 left to go here. And that defense, as we were mentioning, and I'm not pointing it out in a bad way, I think he's a heck of a football player. Carter Strayer, 11th grade, 6'5", 245. He is playing on the line, and he keeps crouching down with his hands on his knees.
Yeah.
Because he's been out there.
For a long time.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no.
Hand up the middle. Smith is going to hand it to, it looks like he handed it to Phillips. Phillips is going to gain a couple of yards, keep that clock moving, 2:35.
Yeah, and this whole time, like we were saying, these are plays that are designed to just eat clock.
Sure. I mean, and you still have 20. You still have 20 seconds.
Yeah.
17 now on the play clock. Smith's going to snap it, hand it off to Shawley. Shawley's going to go to the far side with it, and he is going to pick up that first down by about 2 or 3 yards. So again, clock continues to roll when the ball is set. You're not in the end zone. You're really not much danger of giving the ball back, and you're certainly going to go for it on all 4 downs, and you can pick up another first down on your way to the end zone around the 3.
That's right.
So you have every reason to run this ball 4 times.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Especially because you're slicing them on every running play.
And like we've said, worst case scenario, you've got one of the best field goal kickers in the WPIAL.
Oh, I don't think they have any intention of kicking that ball. They are going to go to the end zone, and it is up. Touchdown! Looks like, I believe, number 10, Elliot Primus in the corner, coming down with it. Coming up. Yeah, Primus it is, limping a little bit. Or did he lose his shoe? I can't quite tell. Well, I mean, look, he's definitely limping. All right, so they're going to attend to Primus over there. 1:32 left on the clock. Extra point about to go up. Put the Scotties up by 20. One made, one blocked. That one? Just fine.
Yep.
1:32 left to go here in the first half. We'll keep it here, Spence, as we'll be taking the break here coming up at halftime.
Yeah, Primus has been a force.
Well, he is every week.
One man cold.
Only one coming down with it.
That's right. Yeah, he has been a force. I mean, his numbers for a AAA team are just something else. I mean, averaging 107 yards per game. As far as total TDs, he's got 9 of them on the season. That's another one. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's for this level, in the WPIAL. I mean, those are incredible stats. And, so he's having one heck of a season. So you hope that whatever's going on over there with him, you hope that it's nothing serious.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. Ball fielded at the 12, across the 20, 25, and over to the 33-yard line, and handled. We'll just call it handled to out of bounds, and that is where this drive will start. Got 83 ticks on the clock. What can, if anything, can the Vikings do to get on the board? It's 20-0. It's not overcomable, but I would think that you got to at least put a little bit of offensive something together to have that.
I mean, we've seen their quarterback. He's got an arm.
Yeah, he does.
So,
what he doesn't have is time.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's more or less. And that ball is, again,
and he hasn't
down
been
on the
getting
ground.
very good snaps.
Yeah, he did not have to field that
one.
one.
The first snap that has been pooched by a center.
It rolled back to him. The running back able to fall on that one. That was number 45.
So, yeah, I don't know what's going on between him and the center, but there's definitely some miscommunication there. And, we've seen a couple of bad snaps so far for the Vikings this game. They got to get that under control.
And I was going to say, for a second there, clearly the Vikings have no intention of calling a timeout, just as they called one with 60 round seconds left here on the clock in the first half. So
yeah, I think if you're the coach after that bad snap, you almost have to. I mean, you got to get something under control there because there's obviously some sort of miscommunication or something going on there, and you can't afford for that. On this drive, you got to do something. You got to get downfield. You got to get close enough to put some points on the board.
I mean, even if you don't get points, you have to do something that just makes your offense believe when you come out in the second half that you're going to get the chance, because you do get you get the double dip here. You get the ball at the end of this half into the beginning of the next one. So finding a way to double dip some points here would be great, but I think that's going to take at least one home run ball, and the quarterback's not getting the ball clean enough.
And you can't have a 4-and-out.
Yeah, and it happened again. Goes right through, goes right through his legs and down at the 21.
That's the worst thing that can happen right there. Yeah, because what you risk is you risk having another 4-and-out and putting your defense back out on the field, and
Southmoreland's going to take their timeout. 52 seconds left on the clock. So what was moving?
Because they want the ball back.
They want the ball back.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, you could possibly get the ball back with premier field position, because even if the punt is decent, you're looking at midfield.
Well, it's 3rd and 22. So, and clearly, I don't think there's any designs by the Vikings to throw the ball, because if it's incomplete, it stops the clock, and then the punt, and you have a chance to, you have a chance to get a return. I certainly don't think they're going to want to shotgun snap it, and I don't think they're going to. I think they're going under center. They have an extra man. He gets off the field. They're gonna try to run this ball and keep the clock moving. Scotty's can't stop it again. Nice run across the up through the middle. That going to take it down to the 34-yard line. Scotty's can't stop the clock, and the difference is, well, they don't have to punt it.
No, they can run another. Yeah.
No, they don't have to do anything.
Oh, because it was under 40. Yeah.
Yeah, the clock is under 40, so I don't know if they just plan to let this run out. I would assume so.
Yeah, they have no intention of running the play. And that's a shame, because really, like we were saying, if you're the Vikings, you really wanted to make some sort of.
I think you needed. Yeah, I think you needed it, and even if you picked up a first down, it would have built a little confidence. But
exactly.
Nonetheless, they did not. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to the sights and sounds of high school football in Western Pennsylvania. Get some band action. Up first is the Scotty Band. Spence, we will go ahead and take it out from here, 20-0. Your current score: Scotty's over Vikings. Enjoy halftime, everyone.
Tyler Chase. It was musical selections by John Mackey, Ozzy Osbourne, Queen Drake, and Randall Stanton. Drum major Audrey Johnson, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy our 2024 program, the Tyler Chase.
All the years he's won, he's had won 2, sometimes 3 years. And something else, I think 2 school districts put together, Mohawk and Salmon.
He's not a teacher.
So how you you both had good programs before each other. And somebody said they had 90 kids out there. My daughter did that. He has
across Norvell. He's Norvell. Come on, play some more. They're Norvell. He's Norvell. He's out there. Norvell.
That's right, older too. Get him stronger, let him get him weight. I never win. I think he's ranked 12th or 13th for the season. 12th or 13th for the season. He's 13th, 13th. He won't make the 30. There's a guy, he's going to do a bunch of guys. First of all, the guy's back to Penn State. Now, two-time national team. The kid, what's the other kid that was at Air Force? Wyatt Henderson. But he's at Oklahoma State now. He can't beat the kid from Ohio State. There's 2 or 3 kids in the conference that are bad that can beat him already. I don't know. I'd have taken another year if he got strong. He got up to around 260. 265. Yep.
He's wrestling tomorrow at 6. Makes his debut in high school. The first time he's a star. So that would be a call pass.
The superintendent called and said, like,
Please welcome to the field, the Tower of Power, the Mount Pleasant area Viking Band. The band is being led on the field by drum majors Leanne Bowman and Zach Livingston. It's ready to be dazzled as the Tower of Power takes you on a journey to the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. Tonight, we're bringing the glitz, the glamour, and the excitement of the strip right here to the field with our 2024 halftime show, Viva Las Vegas. Our journey through Las Vegas begins with the band showing you their best poker face. We open with the chart-topping dance anthem by Lady Gaga.
He's undefeated.
Feeling lucky. They're giving up for the pride of Mount Pleasant area, the Tower of Power Viking Band. And let the good times roll. half-an-hour Vegas tour, we travel back in time to visit the Rat Pack at the iconic Sands Hotel. Come fly with me, more famous for the one and only Frank Sinatra captures the charm and elegance of the Jet Age, where the skies were open for adventure and romance. Please place all seat backs on tray tables in their full upright position and enjoy your flight with the Tower of Power.
Oh my 27. He don't want him going. He didn't want to piss. He said that wouldn't have been my choice. Hey, Steve. Go for it. He got shot by an old house. You know, I want to get a real roommate to rent out. Hell, you make money. I can't think of that. His brother went to Wyoming. I can't think of his last name. Who did you say 60? I don't know Kissies. The other kid is from Bethlehem Catholic. The one not Rash, the other one is studying to go to the state. Kyle Wadamore from Bedford. Elford. Jefferson Hills Road, Marlow. Asher Cunningham from the college kid.
The Las Vegas show will be complete without a little tribute to the king of rock and roll. And what song better captures the aura of Vegas than Elvis's hit song, Viva Las Vegas.
Nowhere's at 26-2 for Bethlehem Catholic. Him and Desmond.
Put on your blue suede shoes and shout it with us. Viva Las Vegas.
We'll show. Either one of the young guys, there's no, I guess not. Yeah, what's his name? There he is, in there, 44. Where's Joe? Okay. Where's Joe? Mason. Yeah. Brown's hurt. Yeah, Brown. Always get all the heavyweights in there, too. Effie, and there he is. They're bringing everybody. He was at 60 last year. They said he was going down there in high school because he didn't know he could beat Gray now. Gray now. Gray's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, you else is from Patriots. Now Waters is back too. 75.
We would like to give a big thank you to tonight's sponsor, Hazel Baker's Canoe Rentals. Hazel Baker's Canoe Rentals offers a fun and relaxing way to explore the scenic Youghiogheny River. With both kayak and canoe rentals available for all skill levels. For over 44 years, they've been providing unforgettable outdoor adventures for families and friends in the heart of Pennsylvania. Check them out. The Tower of Power is under the direction of Michael Bexstein. The assistant director is Keegan McLean. Percussion is under the instruction of Dale Desmond and Matt Haladio. And the color guard is under the instruction of Crystal Ray. Instrument technicians include Joseph Kepler, Hannah Rich, and Natalie Weaver. I am honored to have been your announcer for this evening. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the game. Go Vikes!
Up next week because we got them in the last. We got them last. So they have them next week. And that's down. I think it's in the EF. It's at EF.
Bob says it's big for the conference. Like I said, it's big for the playoffs. The seeding is gonna. They're beating York already, like 31.
Yeah. 40 up on side. They scored 34 on top of them. They were beaten. One in the fourth quarter. They have a pretty good quarterback that can run his road, Kenny. He's a big boy. But I was surprised. I thought they rode. Well, Mount Pleasant could have lost. Mount Pleasant beat York in the last 20 minutes.
They caught a fourth down play.
Fourth and 4 for point. And it just cost the ball. They did a tough play on the ball. That's how they won. Wow.
They're bandits.
Hey, I was looking at mine. I saw 585. I'm going, I wasn't even play. That's 900 numbers off.
I'm like Roger and Hosen down there. We had a all team. I've asked him the last couple of years ago, last 3 years, when they finally went. And Roger hits a 50-50 and Hosen hits a 55.
haven't seen her one time since I retired. Yeah, I don't have to pound him. It wouldn't take much to get me going with him. We're gonna play the conclusion ever. I can tell you that, ever.
Welcome back here to Mount Pleasant Area High School. Rick DeRubis, Kyle Templin with you. Spencer holding it down in the booth. Kyle and I going rogue tonight. We are outside in the elements because I thought we would be inside. I wore shorts. It is a chilly one, but perfect. A perfect evening for October high school football here in Western Pennsylvania. The field is outstanding. The facility is gorgeous. And you know what? Calling a football game with my feet up is not the worst thing I have ever done. Ball going to be fielded at the 14, brought across to the 25, the 30, 35, 36, 37, and down to the 40. So what a little bit of what the doctor ordered is for Mount Pleasant. They need a spark, and they need it right away on this drive. It's a 20-0 advantage for the visiting Scotties. However, you know, that could be the detriment of you. Sometimes I have not seen the Scotties take the foot off the gas at all this season, but it's what the Vikings can do on this drive that I think determines the mood of the rest of this game. Here comes the snap, looking for somebody. It's the deep man, and he is going to get maybe forward progress. It looks like they're going to give him a generous yard, as he was tackled by a slew of Scotties in there that I saw was Cole Teets, number 54.
Yeah, I think if you're the Vikings, you got to come out here and you got to be aggressive and
I agree.
To get out here.
I think I don't think you panic, but I think you have to take a swing at somebody.
You have to.
And I think they have a guy lined up. I'm pretty sure 26 was lined up off sides, but they did not call it, and they're going to try to run to that exact same spot where he was lined up. And again, another 1 yard
conservative plays here coming out the gate. I'm surprised by that. But again, what we saw was towards the end of the half there, and a little bit, throughout the game, but definitely towards the end of the half there, some real problems with communication between the center and the quarterback. And maybe that's the reason for the conservative play here. I don't know.
Well, they are going to line up in the shotgun again. 3 snaps that I could remember actually rolled to the quarterback in the last time. So sometimes overcompensated is going too high. That was actually a perfect snap. Throw here to the near side, going to be grabbed to the 45 and across the midfield and down in Scotty territory to the 48 was number 12, Brody Hutter, and it is a Vikings first down.
So some good momentum there for the Vikings. They definitely needed that in order to get some confidence built back up for their offense. Let's see if they can continue that momentum. For the Scotties, you just got to keep playing your game that you've been playing. The defense has been stingy. The offense has been rolling, like you said, and you just got to keep going in that direction.
And they're going to... Was that out of bounds? Yep.
Pushed out of bounds, but definitely a decent gain there.
Yeah, pushed out of bounds. Looks like he's going to gain about 8. So going to be, they're going to say 6, 2nd and 4. Got to drop back deep. Now a real deep, about 15 yards away, and just going to slow the ball. And it looks like, I don't know, he came down with it. It is going to be an interception by the Scotties. Looks like it was number 15 that snagged that ball out of the air, Dawson Wolf. And he tiptoed on the sideline. We couldn't really see the sideline because it's right in front of all the players in red, but referee on the spot calls it as the interception. So for the Vikings, you finally had a little bit of momentum. You were moving the ball. Actually, I think that might be the best they've moved the ball since the first drive of the game. And it is taken away by Wolf. So here you've got the Scotties coming back in, 9:41, third quarter. And
this is where you could really drive the nail in the
man,
coffin
you
here.
really
if they score on this drive,
you really can. Hand off. Going to go to the far side. Going to be just basically spread out and dragged down on that one is Mikel Darnell. So loses a couple. Loses 2. Boy, I wish the Aurora Borealis was tonight. This would be a perfect place to watch it, watch it bounce around. Oh, what a cool thing that was last night.
No doubt.
If you didn't catch it and you're on social media, just open one social media page up and you'll see 9,000 pictures of it. And I got to see it a little bit from my house. It was pretty spectacular. Scotties in offensive mode, going to go up the middle again, going to gain back those 2 and maybe 2 more. It was Phillips, Cameron Phillips running up the middle.
Yeah, both conservative plays there for the Scotties as well. So both teams coming out pretty conservative, feeling out.
Well, I mean, for the Scotties, you can approach it this way because somebody's chasing you. Smith with it. He's going to go try to hit the home run ball. Nice adjustment made over on the sidelines, in and out of the hands of Jackson Mickens. That was a well-thrown ball. Mickens came back to it. Nice job by him, unable to haul it in, and that will stunt this drive just on the just near midfield. So a nice punt here, which we usually get, will really shift the field position. They have a returner back at the 20. You bold enough to fake this punt here?
I don't think so. I think that if you're the Scotties, I think you just play this conservative.
And they will boot it away. It's going to go over the head. It's going to bounce at the 10 and roll into the end zone. So that will be a touchback, 8:06 third quarter. And that is where the Vikings will take their next attempt at this. For the Vikings, they got kind of gifted there from the conservative play calling on the Scotty side on that last. And they played really good defense. I'm not taking anything away from the Vikings but now they have an opportunity to get the ball back unscathed from halftime. You let 4 minutes get off the clock. That's not a terrible amount of time. And now they have a chance. What can they do here? We'll find out.
Yeah, it looked like they were starting to get a little bit of momentum there on the offense, and then that interception obviously stifled that. We'll see what they can do now.
Snap, perfect again, right up the middle again, and a gain of a yard again. I don't know if you're trying to lull the Scotties to sleep because you're trying to set them up for a big play, but I don't know that it's going to fool the Scotties. I think you just have to execute a play that moves on the ball, which they did successfully on the last drive until that interception came.
They did. I mean, one thing I can say is that they're not going to fool that defensive line of the Scotties. They've been excellent.
Yeah. I mean, they're hosses up there. Ball down on the floor again, rolled on the carpet down to the quarterback, and he is going to get sacked for an 8-yard loss.
Bad snap for the Vikings. Warwick on the stop.
And that makes you wonder, honestly, with these bad snaps, what those plays actually were. Because
he was running for his life there.
When you get a bad snap, it's a broken play essentially. And then the quarterback essentially has to improvise at that point. And so with that, I mean, he just had to run for the sideline and hope he could make something out of nothing, which didn't really amount to nothing, much there. So. Yeah, it makes you wonder, was that a pass play? I mean, it could have been anything.
Going back to the shotgun. Snap right into the belly of the quarterback. He's going to throw to the far side, and it is going to be dropped. Tried to pick it up and run with the momentum. Perhanja and he is not going to be able to corral that in. So he had some room.
He did. He
Just
actually had
unable-
a lot of room there on that side. He was very wide open, and he had a lot of room to run. But unfortunately, yeah, he could not haul it in.
So they will be punting again from their goal line, will the Vikings. Clock continues to run at 6:35. There's the punt. It is going to be fielded at the 45, going to try to make a move. First move made, second move going to get to the 40. We got a flag coming in on the far side. That was Mikkel Darnell that fielded the ball. I didn't see the penalty, but he really didn't get upfield that much to where the penalty flag is, so I don't know what could have. I don't know that he had enough blocking up there. Let's see.
Yeah, there was only a couple of
Yeah,
players. Wow.
Yeah, illegal block in the back. Probably a relatively unnecessary penalty considering the plays didn't go very far, but
Yeah.
it is what it is, and you are where you are.
Block in the back against Southmoreland. We'll bring first and 10.
Oh, easily.
Scotty's spreading out here.
Scotty's going to go up the middle, now actually going to kick it out to the far side, and he is on the horse. My goodness, what a burst of speed, taking it down to the 35-yard line. That was Cameron Phillips, and quick feet.
Yeah, that play was specifically designed to spread out the defense there.
And it
worked.
did. He bounced. Yeah. He looked like he was going to hit the hole, and then he bounced out to the far side, and just his quick wheels brought him around to a first down. So,
yeah, well-designed play.
Yeah, well executed,
Yeah.
too. The offensive line plays a big part in that and containing, and they did. Snap again. Going to go up the middle. Actually, it kind of did the same exact thing on this side, and
way to use his blocker, too.
Absolutely.
Waited on his blocker. That's good discipline run there.
Let's give some love to the blockers on that one.
Absolutely. Yeah, waited a lot of times.
Was that 54 Cole Teets leading the way for Ethan Shawley, and
a lot of times in high school you see guys, they run past the blockers because they're so excited, But
Shawley's he's a pretty smart player. I think he knows his best. If Cole Teets is running in front of me, I'm just going to stay behind him.
Yeah.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
Snap again.
Good football there.
Going to the far side. Cameron Phillips going to skip through a hole and get down to the 10-yard line. So not quite a first down. And
it looks like we might have some unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, that's
there.
clearly going to be an unsportsmanlike. Who is it against? Cameron Phillips got up and walked away. There was a guy down on the ground in front of him in red. So let's see who is the responsible party. And I have a feeling that ball is coming backwards.
After the play, personal foul, offense. Number 2.
Yeah, you hate to see that because those are definitely unnecessary penalties that happen, and that just erases an entire play. Wow.
Now it's, second and 17? Second and 17. And it goes across the middle. It gets
Almost
tipped on the way in.
yeah.
It looked like the intended receiver was Jackson Mickens. I think it hit his hands, but it got disrupted on the way to him. He was unable to adjust.
Yeah.
And that is going to lead down to 3rd and 17. So what was once inches away from a first down.
Yeah.
And really the killer was that play was so close to a first down, and then if you would have got the first down, then the first down would have stayed, and then you'd have gone back. So just not the smartest idea here. It is still 20-0. Now Smith back looking for somebody, and he is just going to throw a pop-up.
He just threw it away there.
Yeah, going to land harmlessly around the 15-yard line. So now what do? It's 4th and 18. You can make this field goal. We've seen it happen.
Kaler is definitely capable of it, that's for sure.
I guess they're not thinking about that, though, unless they're going to play a little possum here.
Yeah, I mean, if you give up the ball here, I mean, it's not like you're giving up bad field
Well,
position.
I think they're probably going to try a screenplay because that could pick up all the necessary yards. It's pretty safe. Nope, they're going to go long term down the field, and it hits. Oh, he is going to have nightmares about that. Hits Ethan Charlie right in the hands. He'd have walked into the end zone.
Oh, get some stickum on his hands. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, that is unfortunate because, yeah, you're right. All he had to do was take another step into the end zone, and
yeah, he was right there.
He was right there. That was a well-designed play, and unfortunately, just not enough execution there.
So it turns back over on 4th down, back to the Vikings. They're going to look for the home run ball, and they might hit it. And they do hit it. My goodness, what a grab at the 43-yard line, brought down by Jared Garn. So where's that one been this whole game?
Yeah, that's what the offense needed, and that's what the crowd needed. You heard them.
Yeah,
that was a big pop.
If you can do that, Vikes, keep doing it.
Yeah, that was a big play, and
now what I will say,
utilize that arm from that quarterback.
Very gutsy on Chatfield's behalf,
Triple
because
coverage.
I was going to say he threw into multiple coverage. It was just a heck of a play by Garn to grab that ball and come down with it.
Yeah.
Man in motion, low snap. He's going to be able to get the ball off to that man in motion, and it goes nowhere for Garrett Eicher. Garrett Eicher on the ball there.
And yeah, that was Stanley Chapman there that brought him down there in the backfield. And that, like I said,
Stanley Chapman spends a lot of time in the other team's backfield.
Yeah, that defensive line from we watched them struggle a little bit in the first game, but ever since then they've come together as a unit, and they have been a force in the Interstate Conference here.
Snap again, going to go up the middle, finding some space down across the 25, down to the 23-yard line with a nice burst is Perhenda. So
yeah, that was
3:24 left to go.
Almost gobbled up there in the backfield, but was just able to escape the grasp there. The Scotties there in the backfield, and was able to turn that into a first down.
Man in motion, there comes the snap, going to hand it off to the fullback and try to get around to the outside. Does a nice job of getting to that outside, and I think he might. He is just about 2 feet short, not even a full yard, it doesn't look like.
Heads up play there, because without that slight little shove, he would have been in the end zone.
Yes, he would have, so keeping him honest for right now. Rosselli pushing him out of bounds, saving that first down temporarily at least. Wide receivers, 2 to the outside.
Yeah, way to the outside.
Going to go again for the end zone, and it's going to be thrown behind the intended receiver, fall harmlessly into the end zone.
Yeah, that was a weirdly thrown ball. I think it might have come out of his hand a little prematurely there.
The unforgiving nature of steel cold bleachers in October.
Yeah.
It is getting a little chilly out here tonight, although it does lend itself to just absolutely perfect football weather.
Absolutely.
So 3rd and 1, I think more important than trying to hit a home run is to pick up that first down, and they're not going to do it on that one. They are not. I think Cole Teets came up big again on that one.
Yeah, the Scotties had their number all the way. Again, that defensive line showing up big time on that. Forced him back a yard, no less. And here the Vikings go again, spreading out that defense.
Well, 4th and 3, Vikings better come up with it here. They want to keep this game interesting. Going to roll out to the near side. He's got to go himself. Just go yourself. Oh, he's able to find somebody on the inside. That is going to generate a first down. He had plenty of room to run it himself, so I don't know if the throw was worth the risk, but the reward is a first down and keeps the Vikings on this path.
Yeah, so that gives them a fresh set of downs. And let's see if the Vikings can push their way into the end zone here. I mean, it would be a big boost for them. But the Scotties can still stay vigilant here and hold them, and that would be huge for their defense.
Going to roll out to the near side, and again, room to run. He is actually going to take off.
Pursuit there.
And he is going to stumble into the pylon, but his knee was down about the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
Nice run, gutsy run.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah.
By Chatfield, and he will come down about 2 yards short of pay dirt.
Yeah, he had 2 Scotties that were heavy on his pursuit running after him, and then he had a guy just come right up on him on the goal line.
So what the Vikings ordered, a nice long sustained drive here, 124 left to go, looking to go up the middle, and not this time, not today for Perhenda.
Yeah, big stand there by the Scotties there right at the goal line. He bounced off one, tried to make a second effort, and the Scotties were like, not this time.
And it's weird to think this, but I actually think on third and three, you got to throw here because throwing is what got you here.
Yeah, I mean, that defensive line has been tough. I mean, it has been a wall. And the only way that they've been able to get around it is, like you said, to throw over it.
Or maybe try a bootleg.
Throw around it.
Let's see. And it's going to be a quarterback keep, and he is going to be kept out of the end zone again. Chatfield tries to dance up the middle. Nothing doing. Now you're 4th and 3. This is the closest you've been to the end zone in the entire game. You don't actually have to run another play here in the third quarter. But what you do have to do is you have to leave this moment with a touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I don't know that I would even run this play.
I wouldn't either. I'd go to the other end, and I'd take my chances down there.
And
honestly.
They've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the end of the quarter. I don't know that they had any intention of doing it. With that being said, we'll go ahead and find out what happens to finish this drive. It is 4th and 2, heading into the fourth quarter. Spencer, let's take a quick timeout, and we will be back with the conclusion of tonight's contest here at Mount Pleasant.
Change your future at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in robotics, nursing, cybersecurity, or in any of our 100-plus programs. You can also plan your degree to transfer to more than 40 colleges and universities. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is your perfect fit. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/apply. That's westmoreland.edu/apply. And start your ambitious journey today.
You need hot, delicious pizza. You crave.
Welcome back here, 4th down, 4th and 2. Going to reach to the outside on a nice sweep and pick up their first points of the game. Jarrett Garn puts the Vikings on the board.
Yeah, nice sweep, nice speed to the outside there. No chance at all for the Scotties to catch him on that.
No, that is not the way that the Scotties wanted to start the fourth quarter. However, the Scotties are going to get the ball back here. They're still in the driver's seat. Let's see what they do with this extra point here. Same guy that scored is going to kick it, Garn. Snap down. Kick up, kick good. 20-7 the score. So the Scotties have played well on offense and well on defense. There's nothing to be taken away from that. But this is where you have a chance to just go, you're not going to be able to catch us. We're going to eat enough time off this clock. We're going to score a couple more points, hopefully another touchdown, and just not leave you enough time to catch up.
That's
the
right.
Scotties don't need another point to win. What they need to do is just let the time run out. I think out of the remaining teams, they just gave a couple of scores here. I know we played Derry. They haven't scored any points tonight. I think Laurel Highlands is losing. We have, three common opponents left after tonight. 2 common opponents. I know Derry's one of them. So Elizabeth Forward, I didn't catch that score. I know we play Elizabeth Forward. I think that's next week. So, leave unscathed. Leave no question, but you don't have to play conservative. There goes the kick. It is going to be
line drive
and goes out of the back of the end zone. So they'll start at the 20. I just think you have the chance to just methodically run this out. You have been able to run the ball. You're able to throw it when you need to. Take 5 minutes off this clock, score some points, and let them know that you're not going to have enough time to catch up.
Well, what you're looking at right now is you go, the victory tonight gets you to 3-0 in the conference. And what that helps you do is that at this point moving forward, you're going to be in the playoffs. After this, it's seeding. And and then once you get through seeding, you really want to make sure that you get yourself a good position seeding-wise in AAA. And so that's really important. And, you're also playing, for other things too, as far as, not just the WPIAL, but, the PIAA. I mean, you want to make sure that you get respect, throughout the state and everything. For a lot of these kids, they've worked hard all season.
Well, I think some of these guys have been part of not so good teams, and now they have a chance to, stick their chest out.
That's what I mean.
And go, look, we were here at the beginning when things were not good, and now we've turned into this offensive powerhouse, going to swing it to the outside, and going to catch and run to a first down and a few yards past it. Looks like it was Elliot Primus, I believe.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think that the thing is I mean, again, like the Scotties are 6-1 overall. They'll be, if they win tonight, they'll be 7-1 overall. And rated wise, as a AAA team, they're still kind of not getting the respect that they deserve in the rankings.
I agree, and I mean the only time that they
I think it's because of previous seasons.
Yeah, I actually tend to agree with that. I'm not.
North Catholic is rated ahead of them, and they don't even have a winning record.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not crying foul here. I'm just saying I think you're right, and I don't know how you're not going to acknowledge a 6-1, perhaps 7-1 team. There's another run up the middle, going to get that ball to about the 35-yard line, and that was Cameron Phillips. But I think you're right. They're not getting enough looks. They're, pending whatever happens here, they're going to be 3-0 in the conference. They only lost to a 4A team, Blackhawk, and I will say Blackhawk handled them. I was there.
Yeah.
It was not pretty.
Blackhawk, a very good team though in 4A.
Yeah. So I think you're right, and but I don't know that you need the 50-point exclamation on the Vikings tonight more so than you need to go ahead, win this game, and start looking at EF right away. And going up the gut and stopped by a slew of Vikings, I believe was Ethan Shawley, 22.
And by no means am I saying that, they deserve to be number one in AAA or anything like that. I mean, the top dog in AAA is Imani Christian.
Yeah.
Like, they are the top dog. There's no doubt. They are a force to be reckoned with, and, we'll see how that plays out in the playoffs, if we end up squaring off against them. But
looking to go downfield, Smith, he's going to find an open man at the 45, down across the 40 and into the 38-yard line. Nice play, nice throw, catch, everything. Well done by Mikkel Darnell.
But yeah, I mean,
so when you needed to keep the clock moving, you needed to pick up some chunk yards, you needed to get out of your zone, Smith calmly looks back, finds Darnell. Darnell does what he does, catch the ball, move it forward, and keep the momentum building. And now you're seeing that time run off the clock down to 8:50. Smith going to pass again to the far side, looking for Elliot Primus. He's going to pick it up and take it down to the 29-yard line. So nice chunk of yards there. 2nd and 2 coming up.
Avonworth also having a very good season.
The Lopes.
Yes.
The Lopes.
Having a very good season this year, so give credit where credit is due.
I assume it was from the outstanding play of 1995 graduate Stephen Christopher Geyer, my college roommate.
I'm sure they're still living off of that momentum.
We played Sarah Catholic, where I went, played the Lopes in the playoffs that year. Ball going to go up the middle. Shawley has it, and he is going to push it down to the 26, and they are going to send the chain gang. So that is going to be a first down. Now we're under 8 minutes, 7:59 left to go. And here's where I think you take all the time you can.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, at this point, you're in the driver's seat. You know, you're grinding down the defense again. You can't really, outside of making a major mistake here, I mean, there's no wrong moves down here.
Smith going to throw it here to the near side, going to make a move, get across the 20, down the 15. There is a flag down. We'll see what that flag was all about. Jackson Mickens collected that one, but I think it might be coming back. Illegal block in the back. The call was 7:30 left to go, fourth quarter.
Replay first down.
See if we can't find some scores.
Timeout called by Mount Pleasant. Spencer, let's take one as well. We'll be right back here from Mount Pleasant.
Franklin Regional 3.
Welcome back. Mount Pleasant versus the Southmoreland Scotties. Southmoreland, everything in control right now. Going to hand off and find some open space, and looks like he was dragged down. Actually, no, he was not down. He kept moving. Great play. Let's see what the referees say. No, they're stopping back at the 25. It's going to be a face mask, I do believe, but I don't think that Jackson Mickens thought he was hauled down.
Another flag on the play.
And the Scotties are marching backwards from a hold. Didn't it look like Mickens got his face mask yanked?
He did, but apparently that was not seen. So.
Well, again, our vantage point is what it is, but they came. Mickens went down to the turf and thought he did not have his knees down, but the way he came down, it looked like he was pulled by the head because his head went down and his knees didn't. But nonetheless, back to the 45. It's 1st and 30. Smith's going to make a whole bunch of those back at one time. Ball grabbed at the 20, going across the 5 and into the end zone. Holy cow. That was outstanding.
And a flag on the field, it looks like probably for excessive celebration.
Mikel Darnell got them all back at once. Wow. Yeah, I think it's probably a little excessive. He kicked his feet a little bit. I mean, again, I don't know what he said, but the touchdown's going to count. The penalty will probably come on the kick, the kickoff, not the extra point. They haven't put the points on the board yet, so let's see. Maybe I could be wrong. Referees come to the near side to discuss with Vikings coaches. Score hasn't changed yet.
No.
It was a 1st and 30. My guess is they're just asking if you want it on the kickoff.
Yeah, I think the team gets to choose.
It's an awful long discussion. I will say that. And there aren't points on the board yet. I'm waiting for the official's call. Here it comes.
2 fouls on the play.
2 fouls.
Personal foul, roughing the passer against the defense, number 71.
Personal foul.
That penalty assessed on the kickoff. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against number 7 of the defense. That penalty be assessed, so they'll offset each other.
Okay, he meant to say on the offense.
Yeah.
So those two penalties will offset each other.
24 from the defense.
Yeah, those two will offset one another, and that was 3 more minutes of sitting in the cold that just wiped themselves off the planet. No, now the points are on the board. It's all official. Kaler, it's a fake. No problem. 2 points. 28-7. Stanley Chapman, I believe, was the recipient of that one. And people are starting to get a little on edge.
Yeah, people starting to shuffle out of here as well.
Finish up a couple scores here. Seneca Valley 17, Enfield 15.
What is the EF score? I thought I heard 38, but I didn't catch the rest of the score.
Pittsburgh Central over Norway 15-0. Woodland Hills 13, Gateway 7.
Keep trying to catch it. Like it's
28, Mount Lebanon 27.
I looked it up here. Every time I keep trying to look it up here, it keeps saying 0-0.
6:50 left to go, 4th quarter. Here comes the kick. It is going to go out of bounds again. So, whereas the last time, oh, there it seems to be some unpleasantness there at the 50. Nothing called.
Bell Vernon, Laurel Highlands.
Kick out of bounds. Kick the key. The ball be set at the 35-yard line. First down.
Yeah, it's 26. Well, I'll remind you.
All right. So that ball's going to be set at the 35. 6:50 left to go here in the 4th. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit, and now you have to assume. I mean, it's not a wild wind by any means, but it's certainly brisk. And if you are the Vikings, you're going to have to toss the ball around. Here comes the snap. Chatfield looking for somewhere to go. He finds nowhere to go. except into the waiting arms of a defender.
Monty Christian is up on Deer Lakes, 28-0.
That was 53. Let's give him the credit. Jimmy Carson driving Chatfield down into the ground. So I will say this, for a team that's down by 21 with 6 minutes, 20 seconds left to go, it's not a speedy offense.
No.
I don't, either they're kind of conceding that we're not going to score 3 touchdowns,
yeah,
or this is just as fast as they operate, because the play clock's down to 7 seconds and they just got set.
Yeah, I think this is about as fast as they operate.
Snap again. Chatfield drops back. He's going to set up a screen, going to get it across the middle, and the ball gets down to the 36-yard line. So that was a lot of scrambling backwards and a punishing hit to gain 1 yard. That is a tough one to take. And again, their reset isn't some sort of upbeat momentum offense. So it looks like it's going to be a fairly difficult uphill climb if you're going to take this long. And I don't know that they have the mindset of being able to catch back up. Here comes the snap again, and they just got that play off. There's a foul. There's a wide open man, and it is going to go.
He would have been off. He would have been in the end zone.
Oh, yeah, we would. I'd be saying, if I was Perhenda, I'd say he'd be in the end zone right about now. And he just dropped it. He was wide open by himself. What is that flag? Probably a hold is my guess.
Yeah,
considering where it got dropped.
Yeah, that was.
You probably decline that and take it to 4th down.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, that would probably be the smart way to go on that one, is to decline the flag.
Personal foul, illegal chop block against the offense. That penalty is going to be declined, 4th down.
All right, so it was a chop block. They're going to go ahead and decline that one, and with 5 minutes left, they're going to punt the ball away. And again, just to mention it, not that I think they'll do it, but Chatfield is also the punter. He's the quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would be a gutsy call, but
well, I think and he does punt it away, and it is going to bounce at the 35, and little Keystone Cops there pushed out of the way just to down the ball. But I would imagine it didn't happen. But if you were thinking about what do we do here if we want to try to pick up that 8 yards, you would just run an offensive play. The fake punt there makes no sense. I mean, you wouldn't, unless you were just so good at it. It really wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense. You would just line up and shotgun and go for it. The snaps have gotten better for the Vikings here in the second half.
Yeah,
I mean, they haven't had any of that.
Solved that issue.
Yeah, they did solve it, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Here comes Smith, going to hand the ball up the middle. Gain of 1 yard or 2. Vikings have 2 timeouts. Scotties have 3. I think that part's probably irrelevant, but the Vikings can stop the clock 2 more times if they so choose.
Yeah, I think the Vikings just at this point are just in the mode that I think that, like you said earlier, I think they've conceded that this is kind of where they're at in the game, and they're just going to take the L and move on. So
Smith looking to air it out, go down to the side, and he is going to overthrow it rather, to Elliot Primus on the far side. So I'm kind of surprised they did that. And it stops the clock at 4:11. So 3rd and 8 coming up here. Pass downfield, and it's going to get caught at the 14 or by 14 across the 45 and the 50. Going to keep dancing around, get to the 45, and brought down harshly at the 44-yard line. And some are saying that ball came out, and that now some includes the officials, and it is going the other way. It was a great job by Stanley Betters, who hauled the ball in, made some fancy moves, and was able to pick up enough, but got stripped of the ball somehow, or he just straight up dropped it, and it was picked up by a Viking. So with 3:51 left to go here, fourth quarter, 28-7. Bleak, yes. Possible, also yes. But you got to hit them quick if you're the Vikings. And speed, as far as setup, is not something that we've seen them do very well tonight.
Yeah. So what this does is this puts Southmoreland 3-0 in the conference, and then for the Vikings, this actually doesn't put them in a bad position in the conference.
By the way, the Vikings just ran up the gut for 10, so kind of surprised that they ran there, but it was the most effective, one of the most effective runs that they had for the entire evening. It's going to pick up a first down.
The Vikings would actually become 1-1 overall in the conference at this point, and that would actually put them, the Elizabeth Forward is behind them at 2-1. So if Elizabeth Forward wins later on today, against Derry, then essentially,
and they were last I heard.
Yeah, then essentially they would move to 3-1. Mount Pleasant would just, the Vikings would just essentially have to win out the rest of their games in order to have a tie with Elizabeth Forward. Now I don't know on their schedule if they play Elizabeth Forward head to head. I would assume that they do. They would just have to win that game in order to hurdle them in the standings. So it's not a bad position for them to be in. So, and again, we're talking about seeding here, and so so it's really not terrible, because Derry is 1-2, and York is 0-2 in the conference, and so it's. Really what you don't want to be is you don't want to fall down below Greensburg-Salem, Derry, and York.
Well, Spencer just updated me. Elizabeth Forward is winning 38-0 in the third quarter against Derry, so it's pretty safe to say that's how that's going to turn out.
Yeah, so if you stay in the top three, you're doing okay in the conference, and you got a pretty good chance at rolling into the playoffs in a good situation. So this doesn't kill Mount Pleasant by any means by losing this game tonight. They have a lot to work on, obviously, for the playoffs and everything, but as long as they keep rolling the way that they've been rolling, they should be okay. 4-3 overall. That's the same as Elizabeth Forward overall, so they're not having a bad season.
No.
And they're on up until today, they were on a 2-game winning streak until they ran into Southmoreland, so.
Here comes snap, 2nd and 22. Going to look to keep it on the ground, pickup of maybe 2 yards, and just trying to run the clock down. So it's probably going to bring up, 3rd and 20. As the clock continues to move, 2:15. And this was this is a relatively speedy game. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. It's got to be close, but is it 9 o'clock?
It's just 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so game moving in the direction of being over here in 2 minutes. Although there could be a change of possession here, 3rd and 20, not an easy pickup.
One thing I will say for Mount Pleasant, not a lot of penalties.
No, they played a pretty clean day. Actually, the Scotties have, I think, a few more.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. They need to work on, obviously the holding calls.
And we've got ball gets thrown away by the quarterback, so it'll come up, stops the clock, 1:39, 4th down and 20. Again,
I think the biggest killer for penalties for Mount Pleasant was that false start when they were trying to get the Scotties to jump offside.
They did it themselves.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
That's a loss of down. It'll be 4th down.
Intentional grounding on number 1.
They're going to call intentional grounding because the ball didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. So it's another 5-yard penalty tacked on from the spot of the foul. And I do believe that official might is certainly from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
The use of the word "dan."
Yeah, the use of the word "dan."
And I ain't mad at you, buddy.
That's right.
I do it too.
Yes, indeed.
Snap back, punt off, and it is going to not even attempt to be fielded.
No.
You just let that one go. Rolls harmlessly to the 37-yard line. You have to kill. And they're just running the clock, even though it should be stopped at this moment. And they did start. I think they stealthily ripped about 4 or 5 seconds off that clock. So just a couple of kneel downs. And this one will be academic.
Yeah, so great games, for the people that, again, Smith leading the conference, coming in here, leading the conference in passing yards. He obviously racked up a ton more. He had almost 1,500 passing yards coming in here. He obviously is going to be leading the conference when he leaves here still.
Going to hand off up the middle. Pick up of a few, and
Charlie on the carry.
Clock continues to roll. 33 on the play clock.
Remus came in here, leading the conference in receiving yards, almost 750.
He's probably going to leave here still leading the conference in receiving yards.
Absolutely. Total tackles. Wolf came in here, leading the conference in total tackles with 56. I'm pretty sure he picked up another 4 or 5 tonight.
Yeah, I would think.
So yeah, you got some leaders coming in here tonight, and you'll definitely have some leaders leaving here tonight.
All right. And we got a kneel down. Play clock hasn't even started, and that will do it. 30 seconds to run off, but it is all over. Players hugging each other. Both teams heading out onto the field. Your final score tonight, 28-7 in favor of the visiting Scotties, who now find themselves 7-1. The best record they've had in an awful long time. I bet somewhere Russ Grimm is smiling. Great game by the Scotties tonight. Smith does what he does. Elliot Primus does what he does, and everybody follows suit. Mickens has some nice plays, and we find ourselves exactly where you'd hope to be if you're a Scotty fan, and that is in first place. For our producer, Spencer, that's Kyle Templin. I'm Rick DeRubis. Have a great weekend, everybody. Let's go Pitt. Hail 2 tomorrow against Cal. Looking forward to that one. And, of course, Steelers Sunday, 4 o'clock against the Raiders. So have a pleasant evening and weekend, everyone, and we will talk to you next week from Elizabeth Forward. Have a good one.